Welcome, everybody, to the September 21st, 2023 Board of Public Works and Safety meeting. Roll call, please. Here. Sorry.
Here.
Are there any conflict of interest statements?
No.
Approval of the minutes of the meeting of September 14th, 2023.
I recommend the approval of those minutes.
And I concur. Bid openings, I don't see any. 6, matters from other department heads or their representatives. Anybody? Okay, moving on to correspondence. Letter A, correspondence received from Dean Button requesting $26,464.25 of CIB funding to be allocated for the Hammond Avenue reconstruction with change orders number 13 and 14 submitted for approval.
Good morning to the board.
Good morning.
So this is for two change orders, and one of them is escaping. One's for a fence. We're going to install a fence to surround the old Goldblatt's property to basically screen the site.
Right.
The other one was, help me out, sir.
Let me see if it says sinkholes, just a large size sewer cleaning?
Yeah.
Televising?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Yes.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate that. I would have never gotten there without your help. So when the contractor removed the surface course of the east side of Holman Avenue, they found these they're very large voids underneath the street. And so all of the most of the taps that came from the individual buildings had broken free of the main, and we had to clean and televise that segment. The sanitary district didn't have the capacity with their crews and their equipment to do that, so we had to hire a contractor. We asked the construction contractor to hire National Power Rodding to do that work. They cleaned and televised it. They did as much as they could, and we've turned over the video to the sanitary district so they're aware, and we've done a full inspection inside the main pipe to figure out what needed to be resolved, and we're working on that as part of the contract. So we'd ask for your approval on funding that was approved Monday night at the Capital Improvement Board.
I recommend that we approve the funding allocation and change order as submitted.
And I concur.
Thank you.
Letter B, correspondence received from Dean Button requesting $20,000 of CIB funding to be allocated for the Governor's Parkway Bridge and corresponding agreement with Crawford, Murphy, and Tilley submitted for approval.
We received $7 million from the federal, the U.S. Department of Transportation as a grant to cover the shortfall of the Governor's Parkway Bridge. We, the engineering department, need help by the designer who is hired by NDOT, Crawford, Murphy, and Tilley, to help us navigate through that. This is a budget item. I believe it's significantly more than what we need, but since this project is so long and protracted, we want to make sure that we have a consultant to help us with quarterly reporting, responses to inquiries from the Federal Railroad and the U.S. Department of Transportation. So we're asking for your approval of that, and the funding allocation was approved Monday night by the Capital Improvement Board.
Okay.
I recommend the approval of the funding allocation as submitted.
And I concur.
Thank you.
Letter C, correspondence received from Dean Button requesting the removal of the stop signs on 165th at Kentucky Avenue and installation of new stop signs at 165th Street and Kansas Avenue.
So the first of these two items came through a C-click fix, where there was a complaint and it was requested that we move the stop sign to westbound traffic to east of the Sportsplex driveway. You're on 167th south of the Sportsplex heading westbound. The stop sign is past the driveway behind the Sportsplex.
Right.
We were asked to move the stop sign in front of the driveway, but we don't stop control driveways.
Right.
We never have. I looked at the ordinance. These two stop signs are not in the ordinance, so removing them would not be a problem as it relates to the ordinance. So
I think we're in the wrong spot. This is the removal of stop signs at 65th and Kentucky. Mm-hmm. We're at C, not D. D's and I think D's the one you're talking about now. We're on C. That's okay.
Okay, Dean. It's a third.
not my best moment.
So we're going to get there. So, yeah.
Can you remember all that stuff?
Yes, we do. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Councilman Rakos came to the engineering department and asked that we evaluate the intersection of Kentucky and 165th because Kentucky is an offset intersection. And at one point, those stop signs were warranted as a result of St. Catherine of Siena School.
Right.
That school is no longer in operation, and so the warrant that would have been applicable to that school is no longer is in effect. Because of the offsetting stop sign, that complicates motorist activity, so my request to the board is to remove the stop signs on 165th and place, and because Harding School immediately to the west of that intersection at Kansas would also warrant stop signs, we would just move those signs over to Kansas and stop control around Harding School. And that meets a warrant analysis just in and of itself because the school is there. And I'm also asking that we put up signage that says the traffic patterns have changed, so people understand that. And the cross street at Kentucky will have cross traffic doesn't stop beneath the stop sign, so they're aware of that condition. But
Okay.
I'm asking for that to be removed. I believe, I did also check the ordinance on this, and those stop signs are not in the current ordinance. So removing the stop signs doesn't require an ordinance action, but I would certainly support council's influence, council's suggestion that we send this to the council for notification, the 7-day notification period. So
Okay.
I think that's that makes sense, even though they're not in the ordinance. And I have notified Councilman Rakos that this action is pending. So the councilman's aware. I believe I have his support since he asked us for it some time ago.
Okay.
I recommend the approval of Mr. Button's request and also to follow by notifying council.
And I concur. Okay, letter D, correspondence received from Dean Button requesting the removal of the stop signs on 167th eastbound at Bering and westbound at the rear drive to the Hammond Sportsplex and add additional signage.
That sound that the tape rewinds? Okay. So my intent here is to remove the stop signs on 167th that are not in the current ordinance, stop control both Bering and the driveway, which are already stop controlled, right? Bering and the driveway behind the Sportsplex.
Right.
Put up signs that say cross traffic doesn't stop, and notification, temporary notification that the traffic pattern has changed in this location. I talked with Councilman Werpel, who's here, who was here earlier today, and Councilman Tyler, who share that 167th as their district boundary. They are both in concurrence with my request to remove this, so I have checked with the councilman, and I would ask that you approve this action
Recommend to approve this request.
and notify the council,
Oh, you will notify the
please.
council, okay.
Sorry, I missed that part.
Recommend to approve this request and also notify the council.
And I concur.
Thank you.
Okay, letter E, correspondence received from William Short, Chief of Police, requesting the approval for officers Xavier Relio and Zachary Retzky to receive canine specialty pay effective August 21st, 2023, and approving the transfer of Ebby Gonzalez from Unifor Patrol Division to Community Affairs Division effective October 17th, 2023.
I recommend the approval of Chief Short's request as submitted.
And I concur. Letter F, correspondence received from Councilman Scott Rakos requesting to hold a block party and requesting barricades to be placed at Montana Court and 171st on September 30th, 2023 for the Ridgewood Townhome Association's block party. All residents have been notified. Do we have a time on here? 1 to 5? Yeah, we're good. Yeah,
I recommend the approval of Councilman Rakos' request.
and I concur. Letter G, correspondence received from resident Ed Cox, 605 Cherry Street, requesting permission to hold a block party on Jackson from Cherry Street to the alley on Saturday, September 23rd, 2023, from noon until 8 p.m. Signature of the one resident it will affect, I'm assuming is on here. Right there, yeah, till 8.
I recommend the approval of this request as submitted.
And I concur. Number 8, matters from board members. Do you have anything?
I just want to wish our Board President Jeff Long a happy birthday today.
Thank you, thank you. I don't look bad for 72, do I? No, nobody's going to say anything? No. Okay, moving on to number 9, new business, letter A, resolution and intergovernmental agreement with Hammond Department of Parks and Recreation to transfer property located at 2403 Calumet Avenue, submitted for approval. Yeah, yep.
I recommend the approval of the resolution and intergovernmental agreement as submitted.
And I concur. Letter B, George Hornito Strategies Agreement, submitted for approval. Good. Thank you.
I recommend the approval of the agreement as submitted.
And I concur. Letter C, right-of-way permits. Looks like there's 13, lucky 13, received from engineering, submitted for approval.
Good morning. A slew of these are NIPSCO pole replacements throughout the city. They put them in small packages, so it's different contractors, but everybody is licensed and bonded. So that's why there's probably 10 of those.
Gotcha.
Separate ones. The other one, the other major one, it would be 165th YMCA is going to tie into a sewer. Tentative date is October 2nd, but that could change a little bit, but they shall let us know. For approximately a week, depending upon the water situation with the groundwater. So they're going to let me know, they're going to have signage up and so forth for warning signage as soon as they figure out the date.
Gotcha.
So I would recommend approval.
Okay,
I recommend the approval of the right-of-way permits.
Thank you.
thank you. And I concur. Letter D, garage sale permits submitted for approval. First one is approved. One, two. Okay, T. Yep, yep.
I recommend the approval of the garage sale permits.
And I concur. Letter E, notice of violation hearing for 4308 Grover Avenue.
Good morning.
Good morning.
The property at 4308 Grover Avenue was inspected on August 15, 2023, with myself and Inspector Kalina. Based on the conditions of the property, it was marked uninhabitable for unsanitary conditions, and it was also discovered that the property contained 2 basement bedrooms that did not meet minimum habitation requirements. So the owner is requesting a deed restriction. I have typed it up and given it to them. They're just requesting more time to have it signed because there is a ownership issue. The daughter is taking ownership of the property from her father, who is the registered owner. And they are in process of cleaning the property out as well. They do have a dumpster, so requesting a 30-day extension to have the deed restriction signed.
Gotcha. So does October 26th sound okay?
It's fine.
Okay.
I recommend we set this for status for October 26th of 2023.
And I concur.
Thank you.
Thank you. Letter F, order to rescind for 843 Logan, submitted for approval.
Yes, 843 Logan was on the demo list, and they have now had their final inspections for the property, so we're requesting that it be removed from the demo list and the order to be signed.
Okay.
I recommend the approval of the order to rescind.
And I concur. Moving on to number 10, old business, 4919 Pine.
Mr. Luter wasn't able to make it today, but he did give me the notes, and he has done inspections in there, but they haven't had a final inspection yet, so he is requesting that we issue another 90 days for the rehab agreement extension, and everything should be taken care of by then.
December 21st or 28th, is either one better for you?
21st.
Oh, the 28th then?
Yeah, 28th ain't gonna
28th,
be,
okay.
December 28th ain't gonna be good for many.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, motion to set this for status for December 14th, 2023.
December 14th. Did you say
Yes.
Oh, 14? Oh,
Yeah, because the 21st, we aren't here.
okay, that's fine, 14, that's
Yes.
fine.
Okay, and I concur. Thank you.
And we'll need Kevin Smith to send him another rehab agreement. Thank you.
Number 11, rental registration hearings. Nick, there's none. Number 12, meetings open to the public. I don't see much public. So number 13,
I recommend we adjourn.
I concur. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.